Hi, so I was talking to my friend Melody. Hi, Melody. And I was sharing with her that I learned to fall in love with the winter. And how I did it was by, when I was an anthropology student, exploring midwinter ritual and what it meant. And because I think this is going to be a strange winter for a lot of people, and um, a strange Christmas or Kwanzaa or Hanukkah or whatever you happen to celebrate, I want to give you a little gift of how to bring meaning into this tradition. So I grew up in an enormous house. It was 7 bedrooms, and the bedrooms were huge. Like you could put 2, 3 beds in there easily. Um, and it was basically like an old farmhouse. We only had one working wood stove, so it was really cold. So I really didn't like the cold growing up. And as I started to study the meaning behind winter and what it really represents, I it's my favorite season. I love that feeling of getting really cold and going in somewhere and getting warm, especially if there's like a wood burning fireplace. Like that's my happy place, right? So what I discovered about the midwinter is, and you can feel it when you allow yourself to do it. You can connect into the ancestors. Like, this is the time when I feel most connected to the to my ancestors and our lineage as humans, because this is the most fragile part of the year. And the solstice, winter solstice, Yule, midwinter, Christmas, whatever you want to call it, um, it was so central, and it is the oldest known celebration or holiday or celebration in the world. And after what I tell you, you're going to understand why. It's because our ancestors were watching the light die. And every year it became a question of, would the light come back? So they would put on this celebration of life to invoke the sun, the heat, the warmth, the light to come back and bless them again by showing them the best that life had to offer. So they would stay up all night and they would sing and they would tell stories and they would pray and they would light these ginormous bonfires and candles, and like they would celebrate life at the point where they were most vulnerable, because they didn't know when the winter was going to end. They only had so much stores in stock. I think I said that wrong, but you get my point. Um, and it became, they would just stay up all night and sing to the sun in the hopes that the sun would come back. But they never knew. And that's what I love, is when you get into that headspace, you don't know. We don't know, especially in 2020. We don't know that the sun's coming back. And we can assume, but we don't know that. And understanding it from that place and sharing the love for each other and sharing the love of life and the beauty and the heartbeat and hoping that it continues is amazing. So what I force my family to do is we turn off all the lights and try not to have anything electrical on after sunset. My neighbors, who I love, have a bit of a Christmas display. Those who've been to my house know exactly what I'm talking about. So, but we try to block it out as best we can, and we put candles in the window. We put candles everywhere, and we try to stay up and like play games and sing songs and be silly and tell stories. And I almost never make it, but we try to make it till the dawn, and then we go out. Actually, I don't think I've ever made it to the dawn with them, but the theory is that you go out to welcome the sun and make your wishes for the next year. And that's what it's about. It's about just feeling that tension of, this could be it. This could be the last time we see the sun. And celebrating the life that you have and the people that you have and the gifts that you have. The other thing that we do with my stepdaughter is me and her get up super early, and we, on Christmas Day, and we tell stories, share memories of like past Christmases, and we go out and we take little seeds and berries and nuts, and we scatter them around a park so that all the little chipmunks and squirrels and whoever has a little feast too. And that's also a pagan ancestral tradition that we try to keep. So you don't have to spend a lot of money. You don't have to do crazy things. You just have to connect to that feeling that the sun might not come back. We also usually on Christmas Eve take baking to our neighbors that we were close to and like leave it on their porch for them. Which I don't know if we're going to do that this year because of the COVID, but just a little thank you. Yeah, and if you can get into that place, if you can turn your lights off and think about everyone who's come before you and get into that headspace of, the light might not come back, the warmth may not come back, and wait with that tension that it might not come back, it's an amazing feeling. And hopefully it does. Love you. Bye.